actually joined the National Guard when I was a junior in high school. I had just turned 17, and over my 16 years in the service, I have done 2 tours of duty in Iraq. I've been shot at, I've been mortared, and I've been rocketed. But kind of like you've heard from the other speeches and sayings, I really am one of the lucky ones. During my tour of duty, I did miss out on some very important things that happened back in my home life. My son's first steps, the better part of a first year of marriage. I've seen things, I've experienced things on my tours of duty that have and will forever change me. But again, I'm one of the lucky ones. On many of the nights that our base was blasted by rockets, on one particular of those, I found myself at a convoy commander meeting at our company headquarters. If you've ever been in a war zone and you've heard the incoming sirens go off, it's a rather unnerving feeling. Millions of things just seem to rush through your head all at once. How many rockets were fired? Where are the rest of my men? Do I stay here in the building where I have some protection, or do I try and run out to the bunkers? On that particular night, the incoming sirens went off, and then were immediately followed by an explosion. The building that I was in sat 20 feet away from the building that was destroyed. This went a lot better when I was practicing at home. The concussion and force of that, if you've ever felt one, is just amazing. Me and the person standing next to me, who was about my size, were literally forced onto the floor. But everyone in our building was able to walk away. That wasn't the case for everyone there that night. It's just a very sobering experience if you've ever been a part of one. But again, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'll get to see my children grow up. I'll hopefully get to grow old. With my wife. I get to stand before you and tell you my story and what Memorial Day really means to me. When my wife asked me what I was going to talk about, I kind of joked with her and said, oh, it's pretty easy. I'll talk about a day off of work, a barbecue, and maybe a parade. And to some people, that really is what Memorial Day is about. As I was going through this morning and writing and rewriting my speech, I came across a rather interesting statistic. 12% of the U.S. population served in World War II. 2% of the U.S. population served in Vietnam. And half of 1% of the United States population has served in the Middle East and Afghanistan. So our percentage of people that have had a personal connection to these kind of events and have known people on a truly deep level that have served and have passed away is growing smaller each year. But that really is the essence of what Memorial Day is. Today is the day that we put aside to remember fallen heroes. I would remember Taylor Marks and Earl Warner, both of who were killed on the deployment with me. Taylor was just a 19-year-old kid that graduated high school and shipped off to Iraq Less than 6 months after that, Earl was 38 years old, married with a 15-year-old son at the time. Those are the people that you have to remember and think about. The ones that have really had a true loss with their family. So let's take today. Let's turn off the TV. Turn off the computer. Tell stories about these heroes that are personal, that we've known. Educate the next generation on what Memorial Day really means. Because we're losing a lot of that population. Fewer and fewer people have a personal connection to it now than did even 20 years ago. It's a day where we honor and give thanks for the valor of others and how their selfless service helped shape our country. Today is a day that we pray no other heroes will ever have to die for us or our country again. Today is the day to be with family and remember. Today is Memorial Day. Thank you.